A wildlife photographer is at a Florida swamp taking pictures, befriends a rich, entitled family just as they are attacked by a nature documentary. Sound interesting? Good, because I'm here to review Frogs from 1972. So Frogs was directed by George McCowan, who directed a ton of TV stuff from like 1960 to 1990. He had a pretty solid career. He mostly did TV, like made-for-TV movies and some TV series. I think he did a couple, theatrical releases, but nothing really that was ever on my radar. So I'm not at all familiar with the guy's work. You had a pretty good cast here. You had Ray Milland, you had Sam Elliott, a young, mustache-less, handsome Sam Elliott. It was weird. I'm so used to seeing him as his rugged cowboy character that he's been playing for the last 40 plus years. And Adam Rourke, who was in a movie I watched recently that I reviewed, Dirty Harry. I always want to say Dirty Harry. Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. He was in that, and I thought he was fantastic. So I'm kind of a newfound Adam Rourke fan, and many others in this cast. Too many to list, and too many people that I wasn't really familiar with, anyways. So you got Sam Elliott. He's the main character. He plays Pickett Smith, the wildlife photographer that I was talking about. He works freelance, so he pretty much gets to go where he wants, taking pictures for, I think he said he works for some publication. He's, photographing at this swamp in Florida where he starts to see some odd things. He's seeing an odd number of specific animals, like frogs, giant toads, and just a kind of an alarming change in what he's used to seeing in that specific area. He ends up begrudgingly befriending this kind of rich couple who are, he's out in his canoe taking pictures, and they're in a speedboat, and they accidentally knock him off his canoe. I was expecting them to be, your typical rich assholes and not really care, but they actually did. They felt really bad, so they help him into their boat, come to our place, change your clothes, have some dinner, stuff like that. He doesn't really want to, but he goes along with it. So they end up bringing him to where they were staying, which was at their grandfather's house, who is I can't remember what he said he used to do for work, but anyway, he's super fucking wealthy. Lives in this giant mansion right in the middle of this Florida swamp. His name is Jason Crockett, played by Ray Milland, and he plays your typical, non-caring, entitled, super rich asshole, and he does a good job at it. He's pretty loathsome. He pretty much constantly is talking to Sam Elliott about, pesticide, and he's living in this swamp, but he hates all the animals that are around him. He doesn't like hearing the frogs croak, so he's basically spraying pesticides and stuff constantly, on his property, just trying to ward off all animals that he possibly can, despite living right in the middle of animals' territory. So basically, Sam Elliott's like, well, I'm noticing some pretty disturbing stuff around here, and he's like, I understand pesticides and everything, but he's like, there are better ways to do what you're doing. Us and the animals, it is possible for us to coincide. And Jason Crockett's just like, fuck that shit. I don't care. I don't like animals, and I don't want to listen to them at night. And so basically, slowly his workers start pretty much dying. Like, they'll go out to check on something, and they'll get killed by random stuff. There's snakes everywhere, and so basically it's kind of a classic tale of like the animals revolting against humanity. I thought this movie was pretty enjoyable. What I thought was kind of funny was like it literally reminded me of like watching one of those like National Geographic nature documentaries. I'm not familiar with the Florida Everglades, but like there's all these animals right in like the same small area. I don't know if that was realistic or not. I mean, there's everything from tarantulas to rattlesnakes to crabs. So they wanted to basically to kill off somebody with as many weird animals as they possibly could. Now, despite the cover of this movie showing a giant frog with a hand in its mouth, there are no frogs that kill people in this movie. It's funny, there's a lot of frogs in the movie, frogs and toads and stuff, and they try to make them look menacing, but they're just like these fat toads, and they just look adorable. They don't look threatening or menacing whatsoever, and they definitely don't kill anybody. But there's like death by crab, there's death by tarantulas, rattlesnakes, or and even moss. There's like sentient moss that kills this one guy. That part was kind of cool. Some Evil Dead type shit going on there. So it's basically, again, like a classic tale of nature revolting against humanity for, but just basically getting back at humanity. There's a decent amount of deaths here. There's probably, I don't know, 3 or 4, maybe 5 people die, something like that. Sam Elliott does a great job. I'm used to him playing his, rugged cowboy character that he's been playing for, 40 plus years, like I said. But he's great here. Yeah, I've never seen him in a movie this old, so he's fairly young. He's probably like in his early 30s. He's clean shaven, no mustache. He just kind of plays this just kind of rugged gentleman. He's a nice guy. He's soft-spoken and kind of quiet, but he's the type of guy that would hold the door for you at the grocery store, or help you if you had a flat tire or something like that. He's a good, caring dude. I liked him. Yeah, I liked him quite a bit. I liked this entire cast. Actually, everyone did a really good job. Again, a bunch of actors that I'm personally just not familiar with. I don't watch a lot of early 70s movies in general, unless they're horror or sci-fi or whatever. So, yeah, bunch of actors I wasn't really familiar with, but they all did a great job. I would recommend this movie. It's a lot of fun. I watched it. Well, I own it. I think I picked it up really cheap. I watched it kind of hesitantly. I wasn't super interested, in it. I figured it would just be some cheesy, dumb, schlocky B movie, and it is. I don't know if this would qualify as a B movie. It's the production is very professional. I don't think it qualifies as a B movie. I think it's a full on, big budget studio movie, big-ish budget, but yeah, it's good. It was enjoyable. I pretty much enjoyed every second of it. It's not scary by any means, as much as they try to make it scary. It's kind of suspenseful. It's more of an action movie. I guess you could call it a horror movie, but I don't know. Call it a horror movie if you want. It's fun to categorize it as that, but it's not really super scary. Just a fun, enjoyable movie. Good acting, good character work, and I liked it. I haven't really thought about a score, prior to recording this video. Putting me on the spot, or put myself on the spot, I should say. You don't give a shit. I don't think anyone's even going to watch this video, but maybe there's some Frogs fans out there. I don't know. I'm going to give it, I think, a 6.5 out of 10. I think that's a generous score, and I think it's pretty fair, just off the top of my head. But I think that feels right. We're going to go with a 6.5. Frogs, what do you think? Have any of you guys seen it? Are there any fans out there of this movie? I know it's kind of a cult classic. It's a minor cult classic, but it's a cult classic at that. Again, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'd watch it again. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Do you plan on checking it out? Have you already seen it? Let's talk about Frogs. The movie, not the animals. We could talk about the animals too. I love frogs. Super adorable. Even this one right here. I'd pet that, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day, good week, wherever we're at here. And we'll talk soon, huh? Cheers.